this is my entry for the Popfizz Roblox obby competition, and I'm going to be explaining how it works. So, these first three levels aren't anything special. The second level is made using the kill bricks that we were taught how to make in the tutorial course, but level 4 is a little bit more unique. The way that it works is there are two platforms you have to choose between, and one of them will kill you. So the path is this. And if you didn't know that, is you would walk through it and you would fall, into the death barrier. And this was created by just going into the part and then turning its collision off. This level is also a little bit more unique. The way that this works is whenever you walk across the platforms, they disappear, fading away, and then they fade back into existence. And this was a little bit more complicated to make than the previous one. And the way that it worked was I coded a script that whenever you step on it, it would decrease the transparency of both parts in the model by 0.1 until it reaches this number, and then it would turn off its collision, wait 2 seconds, and then turn its collision back on, and then run these lines of code again, but basically the inverse of that, which creates the fading back in effect. Now here's something that I think is cool. So we have these jumps, which are kind of hard to make, and then we have this teleporter that whenever you jump in, it fades to black and then fades back in, which was created using, this is probably one of the most complicated things. It was created using a remote event trigger and replicated storage that is triggered whenever you step on this piece, and which will enable the screen GUI, and then it will run some code in the screen GUI that does the same transparency trick that we did with the fading blocks. So after you go in there, you get transported over here. So here we have a level where you have to go through these doors, but one of them will kill you. So simple concept. Execution, I think it turned out pretty well. You can just walk through them and then boom. But if you don't know the order, walk into it, kills you. That was also simple enough to make it where you can walk through it. You just have to turn off the collision of one of them, and then for the other one you just put the kill brick script in it. So over here, which may cause varying amounts of lag depending on your device, are rotating block platforms. And the way that these works is each of them have a script in them which will indefinitely rotate it, will rotate the block using the C-frame, and each one of them has a different C-frame so that they all rotate in different directions. And then down here is a thing we have to guess which one is the correct path down. So if you go down here, this brick right there will kill you. But if you go down here, since this is the correct one, you fall straight through and you can go into another portal. And then you are met at the end of the obby, which was just very simple. I mean, I didn't try to go for something over the top. I just put some sparkles, and yeah, that's my obby. The most important thing in this whole game, though, is definitely the isometric camera that I have made. You have your camera's locked to this position, and the way that it works is by creating a C-frame that is based off of your character's head position, and then along with the zoom. I could have just had the number there, but it uses the variable zoom because you can change that. It grabs your camera from your workspace. This is just the variable that defines your character to make the code shorter. But this right here is the main stuff that sets the camera up and makes the obby unique.